Explain again, me. Guys, what can I say except Super Famicom? Super Famicom! Look, we're going straight to the razzle and dazzle, all right? Let's get into it, okay? We got a mail day. Okay. Japan. It's got some Japan on it. You see that? I don't know if you can see that. It's Japan. First of all, let me say, if I could buy every single game from this guy, I probably would. The packaging, well, we'll see what the condition's like. Like I said before, we're not realistically going to be able to get the, gem 9 out of 10 grade copy every time. So we had to take a little step back. Ay, ay, ay. We had to take a little reality check. Sometimes you got to do that to move forward, to better yourself. Anyway, this, look at this. Look at this. Okay. First of all, this dude is the real deal, guys. Look at this. Okay, we got 4 games. We got 4 to add to the absolutely an homage to my Japanese bloodline. The absolutely completely free Super Famicom collection project. Huh? That's right. We said we had a couple to go for that weren't shooters. So see what we got. Let's just see here. Take out the trusty old Chinese, made in China, American made, somehow. Anyway, the old, what do they call them? What's the hipster thing to call them? Everyday carry. It's my freaking pocket knife, all right? My everyday carry.
Everyday carry.
Come on. That's my pocket knife, okay? Okay. Okay, hold on. Edit this. I know how to edit now. Oh my gosh, this is insanely well packaged. Wow. Okay, very impressed. Here we go. We're just gonna start off a non-shooter, all right? We had to go after some non-shooters here. But we picked up Final Fight 2. All right? Dang it! I was supposed to be wearing my Capcom shirt. Capcom. Super Famicom Capcom. What's the matter, Konami? Now, lately, I've come to terms with Konami, okay? Me and Konami, the shooters are fantastic. The music's fantastic. I used to be like, oh, Capcom or nothing, baby. It's either Capcom or nothing. But I've come to terms with Konami. But here we go. Final Fight 2. Okay? Final Fight 2. I've never played this. I've never played Final Fight 2. And I thought, you know what? This is one of the other pieces we can add. This is one of the other pieces we can add. I thought that was a good choice. All right. So, Final Fight. Of course I had Final Fight as a kid. growing up on the Super Nintendo. And as a kid, I don't think I ever made it past that guy with the sword in the wrestling ring. A lot of times I would just play the first stage and get to that big dude with the yellow and the hair, and he'd flipping off he was like sitting on some kind of like stairs or rails or something. I don't know. And you could beat him pretty easy. Like, okay, got this guy. But then after the subway scene, I can't remember, but I remember one time I was like, I really sat down to play it as a kid, and I'm like, let me see what I can do here. I get to this guy in the ring, he's got a sword. That was it. That was the end of that. I never really went back to Final Fight. It was in the collection as a kid, but I was playing F-Zero. I was playing Mega Man X. I was playing Super Punch-Out. Probably like Mortal Kombat. I'm terrible at Mortal Kombat, though. I mean, hey, buddy, you terrible at this game? And you're wearing the shirt? Yeah, I do. I'm okay at the one on PS3. I'm okay at that one, but the like the 16-bit ones, I'm terrible. Terrible at Street Fighter. Anyway, but I had a buddy, Nathaniel, Filipino, and I remember playing Final Fight at his house, and he had a Game Genie for the Super Nintendo. I had never seen that before, and I thought that was amazing. And this kid they didn't have cable television. Like, I remember going over and being like, what do you guys do? You don't have the TV was like in this den room, right? But it was like, I don't want to say like musty, dusty, but that's just kind of like the vibe it was. Maybe it was part of an old garage or something. You step down into this, and I remember the TV. It was on like a one of those old entertainment systems.
Today, Junior?
Centers, entertainment centers. And it was like, okay, you got this, but it was never on. Never. And we only were allowed to play Super Nintendo for a little bit, but he had Street Fighter 2. Like, this was a very reserved family, and I was surprised that they had Street Fighter 2, but their dad was very into martial arts. He had like one of those wooden, and he would be doing like this to it, and so maybe that's why they had Street Fighter 2, but other than that, they were very like Christian and reserved. I don't know. I'm sorry. Anyway, I remember playing Final Fight with him, and loved it. I never once thought about Final Fight like this should be 2-player. I don't know if that was just me. I just remember thinking, this is a cool game. I love beating up Jay, the guy Jay. He was like a cool guy and you beat him up. He had a little life, and I just remember his name was Jay, I think. Anyway, I never once thought this should be 2-player for some reason. I was always like, this is a cool game. We take turns. You dive. Now it's my turn. I don't know. So anyway, Final Fight 2. This one's in pretty good condition. Okay. This one's in really good shape, man. This guy's got really nice condition games. Okay. Next we have well, I don't know what to do next. Let's go this one. Here's a shooter, all right? Look who I'm just talking smack about. But this game is, it's beautiful. It is. It really is beautiful. I've played this one. It's beautiful. And this box, this was the one I had looked over it big time, and it looked beautiful, gorgeous, and it is, guys. Just as I say it. Oh, it's beautiful. This box is beautiful. Okay, I think we got our guy. I think we found our guy. This box is beautiful, guys. Look at this. Poppin' Twinbee. Oh, baby. Are you kidding me? I kind of picked this up hoping the kiddos might jump in with this, you know. We'll have to see. But what a great game. I mean, I don't know about all of them. This one I really enjoy, and the thing that started me off on this series was Stinger. So Stinger on the NES, and I had never played that game before until on Nintendo Age, in the weekly contest it come up. And I was not very good at shooters at this time. And I just remember really getting into that game and thinking, and you know what? I think it's like an entry level shooter, really. But I remember thinking, okay, this is fun. I can do this. Because before, I think I had been thrown into Gradius before that, and Xevious. Those were like my other two experiences, and I was just getting destroyed. Xevious, I did, you know, better than Gradius. Gradius just destroyed me, and I was like, this is not fun. And then with Xevious, it was so basic, you know. It's such a, I appreciate it now, being a fan of shooters. I really actually would like to go back to that. But anyway, so then we come up and play Stinger, and I did really well. I came in third, and so I was like, oh, this is a cool game. So I really like Stinger, and then, you know, I get this understanding about this franchise of games, the Twinbee, you know. And so this was one I was really excited to get. It's oh, this thing is in really good condition. This thing is in really good condition. Wow. Okay. I think we found our guy for sure. This thing is, poo, baby. Yes. Okay. Final Fight was a good game. I just want to talk about Final Fight some more. I really liked Final Fight, man. I really did like that game. So to get Final Fight 2, and this is 2-player, I believe, I'm excited to play Final Fight 2. You know, that I'm just really excited about that. So there's 2. Okay, there's 2. This game is one I hinted about that we would get. So it's not really going to be a big surprise. I don't know what else you can say about this game. You know, if I start sharing my experience with this game, I could go on for 30 minutes. And maybe I will do that. But spent a lot of time on this game. Spent a lot of time on this game. Was not a big fan of RPGs before this game. Didn't even know what they were. Like, I had never played Final Fantasy or anything. The Legend of Zelda on the original Nintendo, which, if you would have asked me back then, playing this game, I would have said they were not in the same genre. You know, if you would have asked me as a kid playing this game, hey, this is the same as The Legend of Zelda, I would have been like, no, that's completely that's not the same thing. The turn-based, I had never played a turn-based RPG before this game. And the crazy thing about it is, I had watched a kid playing Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Is that what it is? It's like some kind of, I don't know, I guess Americanized for us, so that because they thought we didn't understand, so they were like, here you go, dumb Americans. But anyway, I mean, okay, you know, I was at this like public park, like I don't know what you call it. It was kind of like a summer thing where they would open it up and there would be a guy, like a counselor maybe, I don't know. It was just a guy that was opening the park up, and they had a Super Nintendo in the cabin part. Like there was this building you could walk into. It was basketball courts, swings outside, stuff like that. And on the inside there was a Super Nintendo and a TV. And this kid was playing Star Fox, and I had never seen Star Fox before either. This was, I had Super Nintendo. Back then, you didn't know about all the games, like Star Fox was an older game at this point, but I had never seen it, You only got to play what you kind of rented at the store, or if your buddy had one. So I had never seen Star Fox before, and I was like, what the hell is this? And then he was playing that Mystic Quest game, and everybody was getting mad at him because it was a stupid. We were all like, this game sucks, dude. You're just walking around talking to people, And we're like, put the freaking jet fighting game back, the Star Fox back in. But he was like, no, I'm playing. I don't know. I just remember this kid was like, he was like, this game's awesome, the Mystic Quest game, and we were like, get out of here. But anyway, that was the only thing I had seen RPG wise comparatively before I had played this. I remember there was another kid. I rented it, and I was hooked after that. But I remember a kid told me about it who was at the laundromat. So, I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. As a kid, we go to the laundromat sometimes. I don't know. For some reason, we had wash machines, but every once in a while we'd go to the laundromat. I don't know. So we go to the local laundromat. This kid's playing Chrono Trigger. Like his mom runs the laundromat. This kid's playing Chrono Trigger in the back. And I didn't really know him. I think he went to the same school. And I did know him a little bit from the neighborhood. Like I probably had seen him before. I didn't know, he was the laundromat kid. But anyway, he was the laundromat kid and the junkyard kid. Same kid, man. That's how I knew him. Dad would take me to the junkyard and he was there. Then I go to the laundromat. He's there. So anyway, he's playing Chrono Trigger and he's like, this game's awesome, dude. I think there was a couple other kids back there with him that I knew. Nerdy kids back. I was kind of a jock. So I was like, oh, the nerds are back here playing this Super Nintendo game. And they were like, this game's awesome, dude. And I was like, I sat down, I was looking at it. Looks beautiful, right? And so I remember sitting down and being like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I go to rent it. I mean, that's all it took. That's all it took. That's all it took. Rented it one time. Now we're off to the races. Okay. I remember seeing it. I played this game. Let's just talk about it. I played this game all summer one time. All summer long, I played this game. Rented it. Was renting it. And I just remember I was eating bagels and cream cheese all summer long playing this game. And making these, like, trailer park crepes. They were just thin egg. I would just make these thin egg. It was basically just egg mix. And I would make them real thin. And then I would put cream cheese and strawberry jam in them and roll them up and eat them. I was eating them all summer long playing this game. And bagels. With like the salmon. I liked the salmon spread for the bagels. Played it all summer long. I think I did get through it. And I mean, hours spent on this game. Hours and hours and hours. And I just got sucked in to this. I wanted it to just keep going forever and ever and ever. I didn't want it to stop. And it's still something I chase to this day. And I bet I'm not the only one. I just remember playing even after I got through the game. You can do the New Game Plus. I remember just playing it over and over and over and over again, because there was some stuff, of course, that I missed the first run through. But then on the second run through, when you realize, oh, there's like little, like, Easter eggs and stuff, if you want to call it. Like, I don't know, like the bonfire scene. I didn't get that the first time, I don't think. Maybe you have to. I don't know. But there was some stuff that you didn't have to. And I was like finding all these little things. And then I realized that you could get different endings from like EGM, probably. Electronic Game Monthly probably figured it out that way. And so then I just kept playing it even more. And even after I had exhausted everything that was documented that you could do, like I had the strategy guide from the Nintendo Power Strategy Guide, and it like hinted about Shala, right? And I was like, I'm going to find this. I'm going to find her. Okay. I can't tell you how many times I played this game searching for her. Every single inch of this game. I've been through it. Every single area, every single place you can go. It didn't matter if it was a basic like screen like in the mountains or whatever. I was searching everything. Insane. Never, of course. I still to this day want to believe that there's more, that she's in there somewhere. I do. I am still like, she's got to be there somewhere. I still hold on to that I never 100%ed this game. That, I, even after all 14 endings, even after completely leveled up on New Game Pluses, run through the game 100 times, I have witnessed every scene, every dialogue, every piece of dialogue that is in the game. I still am like, I don't know, man. This seems like I'm missing one piece still. But, so we picked this up. I have this US super clean, complete, with the Toys R Us receipt, Best Buy receipt still, and it's clean. I wouldn't take any less than $1,500 for it at this point. It's got one thing on it right here. It looks like when you scrape the bowl and there's a piece of resin, like it looks like that. That's exactly what like a piece of resin fell on it. But I picked that and it ain't coming off. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just leaving it there. That's the only blemish. It's got like a drop of resin on it or something. I don't even know. But I don't know. Now that we have this, I've played the game so much that I could just have a loose cart and be fine with that. Although I remember just staring at this game in Sears, right? I remember just through the glass. I just remember just staring at this game through the glass. And it was like 70. When all the other games were like 59, this one was like, I want to say it was like 79, maybe 69, but I have this memory of 70 for some reason. Like, I was like, man, this game, I was renting it and I see it. I'm like, 70? I'm like, man, how am I going to get 70? Like, I could get 50 for like, Donkey Kong. I had Donkey Kong Country console, actually. I think I had like a secondhand Super Nintendo. I was borrowing people's, like I was like, hey, let me borrow your Super Nintendos. People were letting me borrow their Super Nintendo. But eventually when I got a Super Nintendo, it was the Donkey Kong set. So I remember just thinking, I can't get that game. It's 70, So I might hold on to that USCIB because of that. But this one's in pretty good shape. It's not You know, I knew it had some blemishes, but it's pretty clean overall, and really cool piece to add, I think. Awesome artwork on this. US has got awesome artwork on it too. Can't go wrong. Okay. Last, but certainly not least, Murray. Murray boy. You know what we got coming up. It's really clean. Gradius 3. Gradius 3, baby. Another Konami. 2 Konami bangers. Look at that. 1 Capcom, 2 Konami, and a Square. So, it's pretty clean too. I mean, they're all really clean. This is our guy. This is our guy. I'm going to tell him too. I'm going to say, look, man, you're my guy, dude. It's pretty clean, especially for what we paid for all these games. But Gradius 3, look, the slowdown is a thing, but what a great game, huh? I've never actually run through this game. I've never actually gotten I don't think I've played this game more than a few hours in my life. I remember a guy had this game when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and his kid, they were friends with my mom and dad, and the kid's name was Uriah, and he was pretty young. He was maybe like 3 or something, but I just remember my mom and dad were friends with these people, and I would go over to their house sometimes, and the dad, his name was Brad, and I just remember he had a Super Nintendo, and this was well before I ever had seen, this was like the first time I had ever seen one, and so we're playing Super Mario World, because of course I had Nintendo playing Super Mario Bros. 3. I was like, Super Mario World, oh my god, oh my gosh, Super Mario World. So I'm playing Super Mario World, like, oh, this is awesome. And I just remember he would, like, we were playing 2-player, and he was playing as Mario or whatever, but he would beat a level and go on to the next one. And he made this rule where, like, you couldn't go on to the next level until you beat that level. Like, even though the path was there, he was like, nah, you can't go to that next level. You got to beat the first level still. He was a pretty cool guy, actually. He had Earthworm and Jim later on, and, you know, so. But then he's like, you know, he's kind of like, you want to see something really cool? And I was like, okay. You know, he throws this bad boy in. And I'm like, what the hell? He's like, here's a video game. Mario? Are you serious, kid? Okay, well, it's fun. But he's like, he pops this in. He's like, here's a real video game. They were younger. You know, my parents were older than these guys. These two were probably in their 20s. They had tattoos. They were like hipster tattoo kids, you know, with a kid. He's like, he pops this in. He's like, here's a real video game. And I remember he's going through it, and he hands me the controller. I didn't make it very far. And I was like, dang, that's hard, you know. But that's the only memory I have of this game. I never come across shooters as a kid. Like, none of my friends were playing them. We were all playing Mario, Final Fight, F-Zero, Super Punch-Out, Donkey Kong Country, Mega Man X, you know. As far as Super Nintendo stuff goes, like, those are the ones I really remember. And so never really come across shooters as a kid. And but of course now, you know, I've beat the original, well, not the original, but the NES port. And great game, awesome game. So really excited to add this one. And they're super clean, guys. We got the four games we got for $185 out the door, shipped, all 4 games for $185. So we had, what, 504? So that puts us at 404. minus 85 is 319. 319. Still got 319. Oh, and I sold something. I sold a baby carrier thing. You carry a baby like in your chest for $5. So I went and sold that on Facebook Market for $5. So that's that 324. 324. Yep. I'm rounding up on that one, the $5, because we were rounding up on cost on what was it? The retro protection stuff. So I'm gonna round up $5. We pocketed net $5. 324 in the collection still. I gotta take the kiddo to school. Yeah. Got it, guys. Super Famicom.